self-styled African tribe who've been living on the land in the woods of the Scottish borders since spring. Now, though, a group of 3 people have been evicted from council-owned land near Jedburgh by sheriff officers. 2 of the group were detained for what are believed to be immigration offences. The group have a large online following around the world through social media and say they were reclaiming land stolen from their ancestors 400 years ago. Here's our reporter now, Cameron Buttle, on the scene in the camp just after the eviction.
Well, this was what the tribe called the Kingdom of Kubala, but as you can see, it's completely empty now. What's left? This. Bags of their belongings. You've got all of their cooking utensils, their drink, lots and lots of blankets and warm clothing. As you can see, all being bagged up by council workers and taken out into a van just on the other side of the forest.
Well, I've been speaking to Scott Hamilton, who's a councillor for the local area and the deputy leader of Scottish Borders Council.
Well, it obviously started a number of months ago when this group first arrived in our community in Jedburgh. Jedburgh is a lovely little town in the Scottish borders. It was quite never seen anything quite like this before, and there was a bit of comical value when it first happened. Obviously, as things progressed, things got a lot more serious, and there was obviously a breakdown in the relationship between the community and this group. And ultimately, we've led to this eviction process, which, as you say, has taken many twists and turns, but we've got the right outcome today.
And what have the community been saying to you about this?
I think people have been very frustrated in the length of time that it has taken to achieve this outcome, but it's really important that people recognise that this was never going to be a straightforward case, and ultimately the steps that we did take as a council and the police have been the right ones to achieve a good outcome for all involved, not just the community but also for this group as well.
How difficult has this been for you to deal with as a councillor? Like you say, it's not something that you would expect to have to deal with in the area.
So, I mean, I've been a councillor for 8 years, and certainly on my 2025 deck of cards, this was not one of the cards I was expecting to be played. It was a very complex situation. I think, there was a lot of heightened attention. Social media, has got its many benefits. Also, in situations like this, it's got significant hindrance. And that added to a lot of the aggravation. So it was a case of trying to deal with emotions, but also trying to ensure that the correct procedures were followed. There's a lot of people from out with the community that were coming into the town, and they were causing a bit of upset and aggravation. And we've got a lot of local businesses, small businesses up there, which are just trying to make a day's living. And to have all these visitors coming around their place of work, it really caused a great deal of upset.
Can you set out for me, is there a duty of care to these people from the council? Was there anything offered to them or put in place for them throughout this process?
So absolutely, anybody that comes into the Scottish borders is treated equally. And so they were spoken with Adult Protective Services, social work, and all the other police information as well was given to them. They rebuffed us on every single occasion. Now, we cannot, change the circumstances if they don't want to engage with us. But they certainly were given every opportunity to work with us. They ultimately refused, and they ultimately paid the price for doing so.